cancelled. Okay, so IMF is is gingering us to take more loans.
They keep advising us to take these loans because in their mind they know that we're eventually going to squander them. We're going to steal it. We're going to misappropriate it. Remember, it's a loan that someone will have to still find a way to pay, or eventually go to kneel down and beg for debt forgiveness. But they keep encouraging us to take these loans. There's a way you point to opportunities of loan to people because you already know that they will not do the right thing with it. I don't know how Africa has suddenly become, well, it's not suddenly, it has always been the situation. We are just that beggar nation that keeps going around the world to beg for loans, to beg for debt forgiveness, to beg for support. Are we a continent that cannot live by its own wings and caprices, that cannot even exist as all of these loans coming and coming and coming? We keep going after these loans. And if you look at the track record of bodies like the IMF, World Bank, and all of that, I'm sorry, these are agencies for Western imperialism, whether we like it or not. These bodies exist for Western to continue to push Western imperialism, to keep Africa perpetually underdeveloped, whether we like it or not. And we are not ready to get out of that progress.
All right.
We'll go after the loans now and just misappropriate it, and then the debt mounts again.
Okay, well, more details of the advice on page 28 of The Nation. We're still moving now. We also have Oni of Ife takes another queen. Yes. That's the fourth one. And Miriam. Mariam. Yes, Mariam. And that's
Miriam.
Miriam. The spelling is, that's what's making me change the pronunciation. But this is the fourth queen, or the fourth wife. Let me put it that way. This is the fourth wife that the Oni will be taking after the three previous marriages collapsed, failed. Let's put it that way. I think. But more details.
Which one would you want? You choose one.
Did not work. It's okay. More details on page 27 of The Nation. We also have police constabularies protest. As on page 6. The constables.
There's a very funny headline by the Vanguard on that story. But when you get there, you see what I'm saying.
No,
on this story of the police protest.
Okay.
Very funny.
From Vanguard newspaper.
Alone.
That's interesting. Over 60,000 apply for 10,000 vacancies. Is it that one?
Not that. Not on the protest by the police constables.
Oh, okay.
Who are demanding for their salaries. You will see.
The 18-month salary. Okay. I haven't seen it. It's probably not on Vanguard, but maybe another paper. Okay. When we get there, we'll see it.
Very funny headline.
The interesting part is the fact that the police commissioner was saying that they are embarrassing the Nigeria police force, and but I'm sure that
who is embarrassing who now? You didn't pay people. Okay.
Yes, because
is it the protest that is embarrassing the Nigerian police or the non-payment of their entitlement?
Are you asking me? Oh, because the commissioner is saying that the protest is embarrassing the Nigeria police force, but one would think that for it to get to this level where they had to protest 18 months for her, that's since
18 months. So which one is more embarrassing? Is it the protest or the non-payment of the salaries of policemen for 18 months?
Well, more details on page 6 of The Nation. We also have how terrorists fund activities. That's on page 28. Federal government orders MDAs to comply with IPSAS. Okay, let me give some bit of insight into that one. Yes, so what we have is that the federal government has ordered its ministries, departments, and agencies to comply with the International Public Sector Accounting Standards. And MDAs that fail to prepare their individual statements of account will be locked out of IPSAS. That's what the government is saying. And they said this, they announced this at a 3-day nationwide training and capacity building, and they are saying that as from 2023, any MDA that does not prepare their individual account statement will no longer be a part of the IPSAS platform. So that's also... I'm with you.
So much for accountability in the public sector and all of that. Again, we keep asking questions about a lot of issues with remittances, collections, disparity in figures, and all of that. So, well, I think we just need to do a lot of things when it comes to public accountability in the public sector. Again, because a lot of times when you see DGs, permanent secretaries, being paraded for massive corruption, you ask yourself, where are the loopholes coming from? Where are the loose ends? How do you have access to so much funds, where you are supposed to probably have a payment system that stops all those kinds of opportunities, all those kind of things to happen. So I think a lot of work still needs to be done when it comes to accountability in the public sector. Because some of the things that come out of those things are just worrying.
Okay, more details on page 4. Now I'm going above the masthead of the Nation newspaper. 2 brothers confess to chopping off father's hand to rustle cattle.
To rustle cattle.
Yes, that is the head. That's what the headline is giving us this morning. And if you dig deeper into the story, 2 herders have chopped off the hand of their 60-year-old father in order to rustle his cattle and sell them off.
So why would they chop off his hands?
So they had to chop his hands off so they could steal his cattle.
So he can't fight them, or he can't. I don't know the. They are going to rustle the man's castle. Well, I think the old man is even lucky that they didn't kill him anyway.
That is just his hand that they cut.
Because they probably would have just killed him. This kind of the boys that would go to the extent of chopping off his hands would probably just have thought about killing him. Maybe it was just the hand because he tried. Maybe he fought them off. They probably would have just killed him.
Well, more details on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. Moving on, we also have Abuja Kaduna train hostage negotiator in DSS custody.
Yeah, the man was arrested in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, you can read the story.
What do you do?
No. Well, the DSS said he asked questions to answer. It's just that the story, when it broke yesterday, in my mind, I was wondering, he was arrested in Egypt, on his way to Saudi Arabia. And the question that came to my mind was that he left from Nigeria. So why did you have to wait for him to get to Egypt to arrest him? You could have just arrested him from our airport here in Nigeria. But he's back in Nigeria, and the DSS have said he has questions to answer on, insecurity in that part of the country. He's the negotiator of the Kaduna Abuja train attack. He's the one negotiating between the terrorists and the people. Remember that a lot of the released captives actually said they paid 100 million naira each to be released. So, and for you to be a negotiator, one would assume that he has a lot of insider information on the activities of these bandits and terrorists. So, that's the more that the DSS have told us, that he has questions to answer. We'll be waiting to get more information. Probably he may be prosecuted eventually if they found that he's culpable, is an integral part of that network, terrorizing Nigeria. So, but for now, with the DSS, and we're waiting to get more information on that story.
Well, what's more interesting for me is the fact that he wasn't harassed or held back at the Nigerian airport. Like, they waited for him to get to Egypt, and then they now it was now taken.
And that's what I'm saying. Why allow him to fly out of the country?
Exactly.
Arrest him and then bring him back. Could have just been arrested here.
Yes. All right. Well, more details on page 29. Apparently, he's an aide to Sheikh Gumi. And there's going to be a whole lot of buzz around that particular.
Although there are speculations, and let me just mix with this in, but for me, I think it was just me. I don't know whether I should say speculation, that the plan of the government majorly was to get him detained in Egypt and kept in Egypt. The reason for that, I don't know. That they were hoping that maybe he was going to have issues with his travel documents, and maybe would have violated travel and immigration rules of Egypt. Just the same way, if people are alleging that the plan was just the same way they've kept it going in Benin Republic, that the plan was also to keep him in Cairo, but somehow, but there's still a lot of answers to get to this issue, but he's back. The DSS have him in their custody, and we'll wait for more information on this issue.
All right. Thank you very much. More details on page 29 of the Nation newspaper. We also have why Nigeria can't meet OPEC quota. And let's see where exactly we are getting that particular. Um, okay, all right. I'm having issues getting that particular story. Okay, I think I got it now. It's on page 7 of the Nation newspaper, and what we have here is that it's as regards Pengasan oil theft vandalism push oil firms to short operation, but I'm looking trying to get the exact
on the issue of the OPEC quota.
why
Of
Nigeria,
course.
the exact reason why Nigeria can't meet the OPEC quota. It's supposed to be on page 7, but it's not on page 7. So probably as you peruse through the Nation newspaper,
We're going to get the report.
You'll get the report.
But you can tie it to the Pengasin story, eventually on the issue of oil theft.
Okay,
Hello?
to talk about Pengasan.
Yeah, Pengasin is already complaining seriously that the issue of oil theft.
Security operatives being accomplices to oil theft.
We know these things now, Sandra, already. We know these things. These things can't be happening without some conspiracy with our security operatives. There's no way it would have been happening without some collaborations with our security operatives.
All right. Well, that's what Pengasan is, insinuating, and they have decided to go on with some rallies around the country in Abuja, Kaduna, Lagos, and Warri today. All right. So they're going around with the rallies, and they went as far as saying that if nothing is being done, they're going to stop oil production. Yes, so that's about that. But I think I'm getting from this report that, according to Pengasan, Nigeria can't meet its OPEC quota because of oil theft. So there we go.
That's why I say you can tie the two stories together. Yeah.
More details on page 7 of the Nation newspaper. I also have, finally from the Nation, Akeredolu, why Amotekun Corps must carry arms. That's on page 28 of the Nation newspaper. Akeredolu has been, fighting tough. A lot is happening in Ondo State. A lot has been happening in Ondo State in recent times, ever since the Owo massacre, which has, brought about different policies, different bills being signed into law in Ondo State, and which, part of it is empowering Amotekun. Yes, for them to be able, because, the governor believes that he has more, jurisdiction over Amotekun than the Nigeria Police Force.
Well, those are some of the issues that we need to address as a nation. Some of the issues in our laws, in the Constitution. For example, if you have Amotekun and they can carry firearms, proper ones, like even an AK-47, it simply means that Amotekun is just a toothless bulldog. It will just bark and not be able to bite. And if you're going to set up a Amotekun to fight terrorism, banditry, and you have bandits who would not even look at your constitution, they have these weapons. How do you confront somebody with AK-47 with a ding gun? Somebody they carry AK-47, you carry ding gun. Is that a balanced warfare? So these are issues in our constitution, because the issue of firearms is still in the exclusive list. It means that it is only the security agencies who are under the control of the federal government, as it is now, that can bear arms. And those are some of the aberrations, some of the issues in the Constitution that we need to quickly address because of the issue of insecurity in the country. We cannot have, in Owo, Akeredolu made a statement that, look, these guys came into Owo, went into a church and killed over 40 people. It would not have been the situation if, for example, people were able to bear arms and defend themselves. So those are issues in the Constitution that we need to quickly address. It's important that we address those issues as a country.
All right, thank you very much. We're moving on to Guardian newspaper now. You're listening to Trends in the Papers on Mainland 98.3 FM. And we're looking through the headlines on the front pages of our dailies. We're just through with The Nation. And now we're looking through the Guardian newspaper. And the major headline from the Guardian, NEC meeting, decision day in PDP over Ayu, Atiku, Wike feud. And the writers that we have Southern NWC members insist on Ayu's resignation, stage walkout. BOT chairman may resign to placate Wike's camp. Wike, Fayose, Ayim, Udom, others absent as Atiku meets ex-presidential aspirants. Atiku.
And if you notice, Sandra, sorry that to cut in, PDP is now being divided between North and South. You are now having probably Southern PDP, Northern PDP. Honestly, the party is heavily divided, heavily divided. I don't know. I don't know how they are going to be able to resolve that.
Because they have in their constitution, the PDP's own constitution, the respect to regional, to zoning as regards distribution of which they did not. Yes, exactly. So that gave birth to this division that we are seeing now. But more riders, we have Atiku Wike face off to end soon. PDP Cuba candidates are sure. Okay, remember that some 17 governorship candidates of the PDP went to have a discussion with Wike over the weekend. All right, we also have as a rider, why party must respect governors called children, says Wike. Ignore Wike at your peril, party chief 1. And I'm wondering at whose peril and why is ignoring Wike? Why is it going to cause a peril to anyone or to the party?
It's only the PDP that can answer that, though.
In itself is okay. More details on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have Tinubu denies plot to sack Adamu, sideline party from campaign council. And there's more details of that on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have Awolowo Dosunmu denies speaking with any journalist on Tinubu Shettima ticket. That's on page 5. And let's see what that is all about. So the executive director of Obafemi Awolowo Foundation and chairman African Newspapers of Nigeria, Dr. Olatokunbo Awolowo Dosunmu, has asked Nigerians to ignore the fake news being circulated in her name on the Bola Tinubu Kashim Shettima presidential ticket. So there had been circulations that falsely quoted Awolowo Dosunmu as warning Nigerians of a plot to get rid of Tinubu in favor of Shettima if they win the polls. I'm sorry, that sounds very funny. The fact that if they win, they're going to there's a plot that they might take off Tinubu and then replace him with Shettima. That's
who is going to say
such a report. That's not from her. More details on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have federal government threatens sanctions against airlines selling tickets in dollars. Wow, this is actually an interesting one between the federal government and international airlines, because airlines, due to the fact that it's difficult for them to change their naira and get their dollar. Okay, so then let's sell our tickets in dollars. Makes it easier for us to carry on with our transactions. Let's not forget that.
And expecting the government to help us,
help us with dollars. And now the federal government is threatening that they would sanction these airlines that they are violating Nigerian laws by selling their tickets in dollars.
We also breached our agreements with these people. That's the thing. The idea of not
available dollars, yes,
and remitting their monies at the right time is the reason why they are looking at this option. So we also have to look back at ourselves and blame ourselves sometimes for some of these things.
And let's not forget that these international airlines, they report to a mother company, and reporting in naira to your mother company that doesn't spend naira is going to look exactly what am I going to use it for? So that's the back and forth that's happening in the aviation sector. There are more details on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have why cancers in under 15 adults are increasing globally. That's coming from scientists. And what we have is that a study has provided reasons why in recent decades more adults under the age of 50 are developing cancer. And these are cancers that include breast, colon, esophagus, kidney, liver, pancreas, among others.
I am sure the report probably will also point to substance abuse and all of these things. A lot of our young ones are just.
Well, what they are saying here is that from their data, they observe something called the birth cohort effect, which shows that each successive group of people born at a later time have a higher risk of developing cancer later in life. Like
in life.
yes, that's that's what it is. So what they're saying is people, who are born a decade later. So it's just as the thing goes, oh, like
The generational thing
is
or
a
something.
generation, yes, as as we all grow, as the world evolves, as people as the world is as people replenish the earth, the more these things are what causes this. So they found that this risk is increasing in each generation. For instance, people that were born in 1960 experience higher cancer risk. So then after 19 than people in 1950. So by 1970, the 1970 people, they will have higher cancer rates than 1960. So it's growing like that in successive generations.
What I was trying to point to again is that if it's that look, okay, this idea of substance abuse, all these chemicals that people put to just maintain it, eat good food, take water, stay away from all these substances, or smoking, Indian hemp, and all of these things that guys are playing with. Because again, baby.
Okay, more details on page 3 for that report. Moving on, still on the Guardian newspaper, gunmen abduct Kanke local government chairman in Plateau. That's quite unfortunate. Well, more details on page 29 of the Guardian newspaper, and there are riders to that. Troops kill 2 bandits. ISWAP attacks Boko Haram fighters fleeing from military airstrikes, and police nab kidnappers informant in Niger State. So what we have is that the executive chairman of Kanke Local Council of Plateau State, Henry Gotip, has been reportedly abducted by yet to be identified gunmen. I don't know, I find such relief not having to read unknown. It's now
Yesterday we said it's too early to celebrate.
No, but what we have now is yet to be identified gunmen. That's what we have here. But what we have is that these gunmen actually stormed the residence of the chairman in Kwang in Jos South and started shooting, and then they carried him off. That is the report. More details on page 29. And finally, from The Guardian, we have DSS confirms arrest of Mamou in Egypt. That's the negotiator. Yes, the kidnappers negotiator. That's more details of that.
What a wonderful title to have, a negotiator with terrorists.
Well, more details on page 29 of the Guardian newspaper. All right, let's see what the Punch newspaper has for us this morning. The major headline from the Punch newspaper: massive crude theft. Angry oil workers blame soldiers. Protest today. So the riders to that, Pengasan. Okay. Pengasan protests to hold in Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna, and Warri. Union threatens to stop oil production if theft persists. Federal government to retrieve arrested vessel captain owner to face prosecution. More details on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Also here we have constituency projects gulp 700 billion naira. Telemedicine center faulty. That's on page 3, and that's a lot of report. Okay, well okay. The report is on page 3 of the Punch. What we have here is that the federal government allocates 100 billion naira annually for constituency projects, also known as zonal intervention projects, according to data obtained from the Budget Office of the Federation. So this means that between 2016 and 2012, about 700 billion naira was allocated for these projects, which cut across 109 senatorial districts and 360 federal constituencies. That's what we have here. That's it.
That's what?
I'm with you.
What does that translate to practically? We keep all of these constituency projects and all of that. Is there anything practically on ground to show the effect of this, disbursements and all of this?
Allocations. Well, it's a full report. You can get more details because the report is taking, the expenditure year by year. So you have 2016, you have 2017, you have report for 2018, 2019. And it goes on, and the different ministries and the different departments and different agencies that these funds were allocated to for projects in different constituencies. All right, and more details on page 3 of the Punch newspaper. If
These
it
things
was
are too much for us to really keep track of. How do you know whether these projects have been done in these different constituencies? There's always a back and forth even with the lawmakers who actually are the contractors handling the project. It is a way of really just giving money to these lawmakers, and so many issues about this issue of constituency projects. But again, Sandra, don't let us have too much headache on this particular story. It's too difficult to handle.
all right. Thank you very much. Moving on, we also have Kwara principal allegedly defiles 7 female pupils.
They said it's on the run.
He
You must catch that man.
He absconded. Yes. Remember that in Lagos, there's still the case of the doctor that defiled his 15-year-old niece, and then now we're having a principal of a school allegedly defiling 7 pupils, 7 female pupils, and he's currently on the run. Who knows what will happen?
Well, and that's why a lot of people are talking about the girl child at this time. Yeah, not only the girl child, your children generally. I think more attention needs to be paid to their welfare, to their security, and the people that we leave them with, guardians, teachers. Because again, if a principal can do this.
Remember what happened in Kano? The headmaster or the proprietor
that also killed a 5-year Nifa. It's unfortunate, but again, I know that they're going to get him. He's going to be arrested eventually.
All right, more details on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. Moving on, Osun governor-elect assembles 52 lawyers for tribunal battle. That's Adeleke.
The what is it called? The governor himself had assembled over 50 lawyers too. So this one is a balanced one.
It's okay. We have over 100 lawyers for
that will storm the court.
Real storming. More details on page 10 of the Punch. We also have Buhari won't withdraw REC nominations, minister tells critics. So yesterday, or some 2 days or so ago, we talked about the fact that some people were aggrieved with the fact that the president is nominating card-carrying members.
Yes,
card-carrying members of the All Progressives Congress as resident electoral commissioners. And what the statement we're getting now from the federal government is that the president won't be withdrawing those nominations, so they will be going forward.
I hope President Muhammadu Buhari will keep to his words, that he would not in any way influence the 2023 elections, that he was going to give us a very credible election. And this, I think those assurances should start with these kinds of things. If truly they are registered members of the APC that he has nominated, I think for sake of fairness, for sake of him making us believe that indeed he wants to give us a credible election in 2023, I think those people should be removed. The Loretta Noche too, before so much pressure made him to eventually back down on nominating her for that job. I think that should happen too. If truly some of these people have been identified as card-carrying members of the APC, I think it's only fair and reasonable for them to be removed, dropped from that job. We have a lot of Nigerians who are capable of doing a good job as REC. It shouldn't be card-carrying members. Those are politically exposed people. And I think the president should just try and at least give us a very good election. He came in on such a platform. We should have a platform like that in 2023 too, that guarantees credible election in the country.
Okay, more details on page 10 of the Punch newspaper. We also have above the masthead of the Punch, we have Atiku meets presidential aspirants. PDP neck holds today. That's on page 12 of the Punch newspaper. We also have SANU, that's Senior Staff Association, Nigerian Universities, rejects 23.5% pay rise, state varsities kick. But they are off their own strike, though. They called off their own strike.
But they're just saying that look, that one you are doing,
it's not going to work for them. All right. Well, more details on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. We also have federal government to penalize airlines selling tickets in dollars. That's on page 22 of the Punch. And finally, we have Nigeria plans increased gas export to Europe 2022. That's on page 19. And that's all we have from the Punch newspaper. And now I'll rush through what we have from Vanguard newspaper. The major headline from Vanguard this morning is Feud. How PDP governorship candidates brokered peace with Wike. And then we have... no, well, they started a discussion.
The noise so broken.
The peace has not been broken. All right, but the writers that we have to that headline, we've heard from both sides. Will meet NWC to decide. That's coming from Ashiru. Then we also have tension remains high as PDP caucus, BOT, NEC meet. NWC didn't move to oust Ayu, says Ologunagba. We also have those alienating me will account for misdeeds, says Wike. We'll fight for our space within PDP. And that's coming from the governor of Oyo State, Sheyi Makinde. That's the major headline coming from Vanguard newspaper is PDP, 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 PDP. And that's on page 5 of Vanguard newspaper. Bridging. Federal government pays 103 billion naira to oil marketers in 8 months. That's as regards the bridging costs. Ipman threatening that there will be fuel scarcity in the northern states. And the federal government is saying that that they have actually paid these oil marketers 103 billion naira in 8 months. Well, more details on page 4 of Vanguard newspaper. Over 60,000 apply for 10,000 vacancies in police recruitment. And that's on page 4.
That's not a problem. There's a lot of unemployment in the country, so you expect that people are going to over apply. So it's everywhere. If you put out the vacancy notice in front of your office, then you see what will happen.
I'm so sorry. I just saw the headline that you wanted me to see.
Oh, you have seen it out.
But I'm not going to take that now. I still have.
Why? Really?
I'm coming. I have another major headline here.
I told you that there's one funny headline somewhere.
2023, Tinubu tackles Obi, says PDP not threatened by fake statistics and jabs. And also went further to say, I'll unveil my developmental plans after election. Is it
after what?
After election, not campaign.
Which election?
The elections.
You will unveil the developmental plan. The one that we want to review to determine that we vote for him.
Yes, that after the election. So that's.
I think that's no. I'm not sure that report is correct. He will unveil his developmental plan after election. So what would he be telling Nigerians during the campaign? That one is what?
Miloko.
You can't go with the Miloko. All that business with the Miloko.
I'm saying, you're asking me a question. I'm giving you an answer.
You don't understand what I'm saying. You can't give us your developmental
You're asking
plan.
What would be his manifesto, right? You know, as he's campaigning.
Is the manifesto not supposed to capture developmental plans?
So what? Well, okay. It's all right. Well,
you don't understand
what we have. No, I completely understand what you're saying. I do.
Okay.
No, I do. I understand your questions. I'm just working with the reports that I have here.
Okay. So let me give you out some details. Maybe the report maybe the headline is a bit misleading.
Well, what he's saying is that it's a new horizon, and we assure them that every Nigerian will benefit. And I'm very sure that there will be a refreshing change and will continue development in a rapid way.
We have always heard that for 1960. That's the same thing we've been hearing.
And he went further to say, let the election be over. That is one step. We have to comply with INEC and regulations regarding the elections. When we finish that, we'll unveil to you those things that we have for the country and our objectives. Our our commitment will be development, and our commitment to transformation, and our determination to bring help to the teeming Nigerians. And that is what he said. And he's saying that we have to come together as a political party, and we have taken progressivism as our doctrine.
Leave all those grammar, progressivism is just grammar. What me I'm interested in is that you can't conclude the election before you unveil a developmental plan. The campaigns are going to start from the 28th of this month. You know, people have said we should excuse them, let the campaign start before we begin to ask too many questions. So I would expect that the statement should have been that, look, let the campaign start and I'll start to unveil my developmental plan. Because that is what Nigerians are going to judge him with, to decide whether he deserves their vote or not. It can't be after the election.
I want to ask a question because, you know, is it irrespective of who wins the election that he will, review the developmental plan? Or
no, he's talking about if he wins. He can't give plans to someone else. It has to be his own plan.
Okay, so it's not irrespective. It is if he
no,
wins.
It's just his own. If he wins, yeah.
Okay, well, if that's your interpretation.
But what I'm saying, Sandra, when do you get a plan? Is it not before the elections for people to know that, okay, he has good plans for us, we can vote for him?
So
why should it be after the election?
But what if he doesn't want another party to
another way another? So what I'm saying is that what will the APC, what will Ashwaji Bola Ahmed his campaign be telling Nigerians during the campaign, if not his developmental plan?
All right, he has already said he's going to follow on the legacy of the current administration. So more details on page 27 as regards that statement of Vanguard newspaper. We also have 2023. Buhari can't withdraw nominations of 4 REC nominees. That's coming from the federal government. And more details on page 6.
He can if he wants to. He can. If indeed those people are political exposed people and start carrying members of the APC. So he should withdraw their nominations.
So it should be won't, not can't.
Yeah.
So it should be won't, not can't.
Well, it should be won't. That it's just a decision not to do it.
All right.
It's not that he cannot do it. Yeah.
Okay, we also have alleged fraud. Niger Assembly recommends suspension of 15 local government chairmen. And that's on.
Those have just been chopping.
That's on page 26. Now we have this rather interesting headline: Okada riders snatching our wives. Protesting police constables are saying. And that's on page 7. Because
no, read the story. There's no time.
There's no time to read the story. It's an interesting one. But you can get more details on page. Yes.
Okada riders. You see why they are calling for the ban of Okada?
Because they are stealing people's wives.
For the police guys who have identified Okada riders solely, these people.
Well, one of the persons speaking on behalf of the protesting policemen, Constable Tijani Adewale, lamented that commercial cyclists and motorcyclists have snatched their wives due to their inability to discharge their family responsibilities. So they should please pay them so that their wives will go back to them. So our wives have gone.
So when you see policemen beating Okada riders, you know why now?
Frustration. More details on page 7. We also have diaspora funding. Nobody has given me anything, and that's coming from Peter Obi. And that's on page 9 of Vanguard newspaper. Fresh graduate, 2 others killed as robbers attack banks in Kogi. That's on page 2. And finally, federal government orders NCAA to sanction foreign airlines selling tickets in dollars. And those are the trending stories that we have from our papers this morning. We'll take a short break, and when we come back on Mainland Focus, I would read out the major trending stories for you, so you pick whichever piques your interest, and give your thoughts or shed more light on it, or what's your own analysis of that particular report. All right, so stay with us, don't go anywhere. We're still on Mainland 98.3 FM. I'll be back by 8:40. Fuhad Sahid, you be with us.
I'm here, yes.
All right, thank you. Okay, all right, so stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's time for Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. The time right now is 40 minutes past 8, and it's time for us to look at the trending stories we have from our papers, but from a more analytical view. Yes, so we'll be opening up the phone lines very soon. But before I do that, I still have with me via the phone line Fuhad Saeed. And let me just read out the major headlines that we have from the papers. So you get to call in and, pick whichever is, your interest and share your contribution. All right. So my name still remains Omobola Sandra. And the trending stories, the major trending stories. Okay, Fuad, help us with the noise coming from your side. Thank you.
It's better now, right?
Okay. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. Okay, so the major headline that we have across all the papers this morning, of course, is PDP crisis. Decision day coming as there's going to be a crucial meeting of the PDP, of the National Executive Committee. National Executive Committee. They're going to be having their meeting. Some members, due to the fact that some members of the NWC are protesting against the continued leadership of Iyocha Ayu, that's the national chairman of PDP, and also the back and forth as regards, Wike and, the others in the group. I'm just going to put that there like that. And also the fact that the BOT chairman, that's the Board of Trustees chairman of the PDP, may have to resign to placate Wike's camp. Okay, so that everything can just go back to normal. Campaigns are coming up, so that everybody in the PDP can focus on the on the goal, which is to win the elections. And also that's a whole lot happening in the People's Democratic Party, and the fact that Wike saying that judgment day is coming. That's an interesting one.
And as the alpha and omega of the party.
It's okay. Yes. All right. And also the statement from Seyi Makinde, that's the governor of Oyo State, who is an ally of Wike. The fact that he's saying that no retreat, no surrender. Okay, so they are forging ahead with their
with the intention to destroy the party.
With their mandates. It's not me that said that one. All right, another another trending story that we have across all the papers that you may want to focus on is Tinubu denying plots to sack Adamu. That's the chairman of APC. Now, there had been speculations going around that there's a little bit of rift between the APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu and the national chairman of APC. But right now, we are getting different reports from across the papers, Tinubu refuting such claims, saying that there's no issues in APC and that all is well, and there's no plan to sack Adamu or sideline the APC party, the party in itself, from the campaign council of the presidential candidates. I remember sometime last week there was a bit of back and forth between the leadership of the APC and the campaign council of the presidential candidate. So that's what another story that's trending from across the papers. Another trending story that we had across the papers, of course, is the hostage negotiator for the Abuja Kaduna train attack is in DSS custody, and he was picked up in Cairo in Egypt, and he has been flown back to Nigeria. That's another trending story. Another trending story that you may want to focus on is Pengasan. Pengasan coming up to say that the reason why Nigeria cannot meet OPEC quota is oil theft, and oil theft is on due to the fact that security operatives that are put in charge of pipeline to secure this pipeline are collaborating with the thieves. Okay, and Pengasan is they're going to hold rallies across the country: Lagos, Warri, Abuja, and I think Port Harcourt. Yes, they're going to have rallies across these cities to show their displeasure with the fact that security operatives are working hand in hand with oil thieves, and they're saying that they may have to shut down, down their tools. That is from Pengasan. All right, and we also have Akeredolu saying why Amotekun must carry arms. All right, that's another trending story that we had across all the papers this morning. Another major story that we had across all the papers this morning, of course, is federal government to penalize airlines selling tickets in dollars. Let's not forget that, in recent times, a lot of all these international airlines their money stuck in Nigeria due to the fact that there's no dollar, for them to be able to, remit to their mother company. All right. And aside from the fact that there's no dollar, even the exchange rate, by the time they change it back, all of that issues, foreign exchange issues, forex issues that they're having. So the airlines decided to start selling their tickets in dollars, which makes it easier for them to remit to their mother companies abroad. But now the federal government is saying they're going to sanction airlines that are selling tickets in dollars, that it's a violation of Nigerian laws. That is another story that trended across all the papers this morning. Another trending story, of course, is the police constables. They're also they're protesting 18 months delay in their
salaries, yeah.
18 months delay in their payment, saying that tricycle operators and motorcyclists are cutting away their significant others.
Cutting away, okay. I thought the first student.
Is they snatching? They are snatching them. It's okay. So they should please, pay them their salary so that they can attend to their family. Trivialize it, yes. That their families, they need to attend to family responsibilities, so they should please be paid. Although the police commissioner said that, it's something that can be resolved and they didn't have to embarrass the Nigeria police force. But, 18 months and they had not been paid.
You should just pay them. You should just pay them.
All right. Well, those are the trending stories that we had.
The story of I will unveil my plan is also, for me, a very important one after the election. You can't unveil plan after election. You unveil before the election so that we know whether you deserve.
Okay. Yeah. All right, but it's the reason why I didn't pick that was because it's just from Vanguard. But since that's your own topic of interest, there's also a story here that seems to pique Fuad's interest, as Tinubu tackling Obi, saying that APC is not threatened by fake statistics and jabs, and Tinubu going further to say that he will unveil his developmental plans after the elections. That is another story that is on the front page of Vanguard newspaper this morning. So which one of these trending stories piqued your interest? I'll open up the phone line now. You can call in and let's hear your thoughts and contributions. 091 36 000 410 091 36 000 410. That's the number for you to call, or you can send a text message or a WhatsApp message. And any one of the stories that I picked, you can just, share your thoughts and contributions. Hello?
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Sandra, this is Barrister Peter Oku.
Good morning.
How are you? Fahid.
Yes.
What of our friend Ade? I hope he's all well.
He's well. He's on a lot of engagements. It's election period, back and forth. So he's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the two areas that concern me. And first of all, I want to suggest, Sandra, I want to suggest that if people should play down, the press should play down on these political stories, because Nigerians have nothing to do with the ongoing political program. So, we don't have nothing to do. So we should play down. They should not be the point of focus. Having said that, I want to say that the issue of police constables that they are owing 18 months salary, it is an embarrassment. What they are doing to the police is that right from military regimes, Nigerian police have been bastardized as if they are not and worthless. They don't owe soldiers the way they owe the police, and the police play a more important, relevant role to the society than the soldiers. So I don't know why the police authorities will carry the police salaries and put in deposit accounts and be earning interest why the policemen are suffering. So that area is slavery of the first order. Then the issue of anyway, I can't remember the other one, but that's my main area. The main area I want to emphasize that the public should rise up to defend the police, because the police here is our first area of first contact with the public.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Barrister Oko, for your contribution. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning,
Sandra.
Yes.
Good morning, Esther. And your colleague.
Yes.
I greet you for the good job you are doing.
Thank you.
My interest this morning, this morning is on Pengassin distress, which is reflected on what is going on with the pipelines and our oil theft. You see, whether we believe it or not, it has been happening. And the person that even first mentioned it some time ago, when he donated a vehicle to the police in his state, was Wike. Because I remember it. This was before the primaries and all the rest of them. He said it when he was giving donating those vehicles. He said that the security of Nigeria, security apparatus of Nigeria was aiding the theft of oil. And he specifically mentioned the soldiers too. If you watch back, now we are realizing the huge and colossal loss we are getting from that area. So I really appreciate the way Pengassin is going about it, because those are the people that talk, and then the federal government will listen. So I appreciate that, and I would want the federal government to do something about it and stop this oil theft. It is the soldiers that are in the heat of the whole prospect. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much also for your contribution. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
My name is Francis.
Francis.
I'm from Sweden.
All right. Please go ahead, Francis.
I just want to contribute to this police constable not being salary for more than 1 year
months,
now.
Yes.
3 months, 1.5 months. You see, 1.5 years. You see, this government, the government of Osun State, and even the federal government are not serious. How can you be owing somebody who is supposed to be keeping security and safety in the nation? They be compromised. And they are saying that they are doing voluntary service. Even in voluntary service, they haven't some motivation. You have to motivate those who are rendering voluntary service, so that the passion and the commitment is still there to do their work, to volunteer. That's number one. Number two, this government, APC, is saying that the presidential candidate they will endorse his
development plan.
Start the election. They see. I'm not a fan of any political party, but it means that they are taking Nigeria for a joke. Anything you see when we enter, you take. They are taking us for a joke, and it is high time we started. In fact, we even boycott the forthcoming election, so that they know that they're not ready to do.
No, it has not gotten to that. It hasn't gotten to that.
So that is my own humble contribution this morning. Thank you very much. You are doing a great job.
Thank you, Francis. Appreciate. Hello. Good morning.
Very good morning to you, Amambala Sandra.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
How are you today?
I'm well, thank you very much.
When you call in the studio,
yes, sir.
God Almighty is with you, and we your supporter.
Amen.
That constable is only one person. All the
constables, sir.
You see?
In Osun State, yes.
In Osun State?
Yes, in Osun State.
In my state?
Yes.
Yes, state Omoluabi. Oh my God.
And
the governor Let me talk to the CP first before going to the governor. The CP of Osun State. As we forget our name, you know Omoluabi, you must behave like Omoluabi. Now, when police cross the road, we ask for 100 naira, 200 naira, we are blaming them. Won't they free their family? When you show your word, stealing from a port or so, I will ask you, are you going to be fed? That is take this. Even you are not feeding your child, if you steal your food, you don't need to cry, you don't need to shout. So why holding them standard? Even though the police start from the when they recruit them, the training allowance very major, when they send you to a state without giving anything for complete 3 months, accommodation, feeding, nothing. And now you are not holding them more than 1 year. All of our police to be very equipped, pay them the same salary, because that when we are speaking slowly, they are the ones to guide the community. What are we talking about? You don't want crime. I don't want to condemn the crime. They are not being fed. Why? It's wrong. And what is right now in this country? The also the government must intervene now and make sure it continues to show quota by all the police authorities to pay the salary of our police. Not only our state, everywhere in our police, they must be well equipped, their blood must be made all the time, they must put their salary, their record, allowance, their record, comprehensive insurance cover for their family. Police are suffering now. What I'm talking about?
Thank you, Prince Wise.
They must do the need right now. Good morning to you, my dearest Omobola Sandra.
Thank you very much, Prince Wise, for your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Sandra.
Good morning, Mr. Okangbelina.
I greet you and I greet Mr. Fuad.
Thank you.
You see, when the APC presidential candidate comes out to tell us that he's going to unveil his developmental plan for Nigeria, that one is metal. Now, the man that he unilaterally installed as president, now the naira has crashed, the economy has crashed, everything is upside down.
What if
he didn't tell him anything? He didn't advise him.
What if he gave him and it was not?
He gave him. Were you there?
That's what I'm saying. You were also not there when he was
He should not come and tell us that, Sandra. He should not come and tell us he will unveil his phone.
Let's focus on that one.
Why will he unveil his phone? When the person he put there, what has he done? That's okay. If he told the person and the person didn't do it, he has newspaper. He should have reported that. Okay, I've told this man. Look at what is happening. You know. So for me, I don't believe that what he's telling. I can't take what. Okay, now what is his stake on ASU strike? He has kept mum on that one. What is his stake on the economy? He has kept mum. What's his stake on even the state of the naira? No. He's not talking about anything. In fact, he just wants to dissociate himself with the present regime, and he wants to come and unveil his plan. It will not work for him. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kangbelina. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Yeah. Ayo from Ikorodu.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Ayo. Please carry on.
Yeah. Tinubu is telling us that he cannot unveil his manifesto now until when he's elected. And who tell him he's going to be elected? Who is giving the assurance that he's going to win the election? You understand? So on what basis are we not going to hold him accountable when he does not perform the way we want you to perform? You know, by what he's telling us now, by telling us that it is when you win. So that time he was telling us he did not promise us anything. So he has to tell us what he wants to, what he has to stop for us now. He has been saying in Miloko, which means he has prepared himself to let him unveil his blueprint for us on Nigeria, to sell himself for us. If you like him, we vote for. If he doesn't like me, say, please, okay, we have another alternative. You cannot be telling us it's after he is voted in. Voted in half. The present president now, we voted him in. It took him 6 months for him to give us a minister. I mean, is it the same thing? Thank God he's saying he wants to continue what Buhari is doing now. Buhari's legacy. I don't know legacy that Buhari is laying that he wants to follow. So the man is like, it's a confused person because it's like he doesn't even understand what he's doing. If you have been going up and down for how many months, how many years, and I say you want to become president, you don't have anything up there to tell us. You don't have a blueprint. You don't see Nigeria now. We are very agreed now, so we don't want somebody to come and begin to lie to us here. We need somebody who is very concrete, somebody who is practical. You understand? That's the kind of person we need. So if you don't have anything, please let him back one time. Need somebody to come and do what and elevate that one suffering in Nigeria. Please. Thank you very much.
It's okay. Thank you very much. But he said we should wait till after the election. I remember having that conversation with Fuad saying he didn't say it has to be when he wins or if he doesn't win. He just said after the election. So let's see how that will run or turn for us. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
My name is Mr. Moses, calling from Ikeja.
Victor Moses.
My contribution first on the issue of on the APC aspirant giving us his result plan after the election. For me, I think it's matter. I'm not supporting him, but I think it's matter because during the 2015 election, he was the one that gave Nigeria all the promises. The president, the only one he gave us was from top to bottom. That was the promise he gave us. But we didn't bother to ask him, sir, what is the meaning of this from top to bottom? But the man that actually made all the promises, you want him to come again and be making the one he made before that was not done? Understand? So for me, I just think it just matter because when I tell you, I say $1 will be equal to $1. I will ask you, so you said this one before. Understand? So they've taken Nigeria for a ride. And now the people, ethnicity, we see follow by voting. You see them when president not do well, the other one you did not will say, this one, if you don't do this one, we'll do this one. But now that their man is there, they have become a two-table dog. Nobody is talking. So that is how the Nigeria has been. Because he can say, because he might have an assurance that I will win, but after I win, I will give you my plan. There's no plan in the first place. Let's not deceive ourselves. So that is that for that one. And the one for the PDP, I want to just contribute on the weekly and the IU crisis. For me, I think I am of the opinion that I support Wike, I support Makinde position because I believe that before the primary, become a chairman because you cannot tell me a father of a party after a primary election. You went to Tambowa, that Tambowa you were the hero of the day. That shows the one that loses is a loser of the day because as a father, both the loser, the winner, they are both your children. You hold them together. So with that one, we believe that he was not actually on the point of the neutrality towards the whole thing. So for me, I think I support what Wike is doing anyway. So thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Hello. Good morning.
They beat Liverpool yesterday. I've not been getting.
Hope there's no issue. What's your name, please?
You have Comrade and Salas calling in from Magodo East, Lagos.
It has been a long while. How are you doing?
I've been trying. I've been listening to you every morning. I'm fine. I'm okay. Like I used to put it on your station here each time I have opportunity, not only your station, calling. And yes, we have been on the different line before because I have been a proponent supporter of Buhari, even at the gunpoint, at the risk of my life, even against my family will, even the church I'm attending. But today, I actually, if I see some of these people, it's like the ground should open for me to enter, for them to pass. Because whenever they meet me, they will tell me, Silas, what did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? But you did not believe us. So, I mean, for Tinubu, for him to, have told Nigerians, look, I'm keeping my plans until after the election. Is he talking to fools or uneducated people? Nigerians are wise, especially the youth that are greater than we old men. Youths are not going to take it kindly with him with that kind of statement. They will kill him or they will not do him anything, but they are going to vote him out. They are going to vote him out. Even as I'm, because I have suffered a lot, even when I was standing by them, supporting them in every aspect, but nothing to show. But at the end of the day, I became an arch enemy to so many Nigerian people. There are some that if they even see me on the road, I don't think my bone will drop on the ground because of Buhari.
It's okay, sir.
I'm telling you, Sandra. So for me, what Tinubu has said holds no water. Nigerians should buckle up and vote APC out of power, and vote APC out and put someone else.
do the biddings of Nigerian people.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Comrade Akwan. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Yeah. My name is Alamin Bashir, calling for Ifakwe.
Okay. Mr. Alamin, please turn off your radio.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to contribute on the issue of this constable. It's a very shameful situation here in Nigeria. A person who are there to guide us while we sleep at night, and they have not been paid. How can they have energy to guide the citizens? It's a bad situation. So I call on the government to make sure these people are paid quickly. To say you've not paid the security agencies, they should be paid. So I advise the government should take it very serious, and payment should be made to those constables so that they can be able to have energy to square the whole citizens in the state.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And the basis of the second control politics is for everyone, and it has to be equally divided accordingly, the way PDP has been doing it. So I'm in full support of him. He has been doing the work of politics. He must agitate for what is right, and he must stand firm to make sure he gets it. So he's doing the right thing anyway.
All right.
And the basis of my own candidate, Tunumbu, I think it's best for us to put our manifesto openly for people to see, to encourage us first after election. I don't think it's a reasonable reason. You understand? Right. So we advise our APC presenter candidate to make sure he openly give us the manifesto so that people will address it very well and see what he can do for us after the election.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much for your countries. Turn off your radio set.
Okay. So my issue I have to talk about.
Please turn off your radio.
Okay, sir. Okay, ma'am. Yeah. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning.
Sandra.
Yes, your name and where are you calling?
My name is very, very unfortunate that a renowned politician, we know too well that they can only buy themselves and sell themselves to the public is through their manifestos and the things they have to offer. For him, as a man who has been in politics for many years, to come and tell the public that he can only give us his manifesto after election. That is, after he has eaten his cake, then he come and pay. He doesn't want it. It's very unfortunate. I never expect that from him. He's a man I love so well. He has been a great politician. And the other intake I have to say is the policeman. I wonder a man who has reasoning that will hold somebody, no matter whether you're a police, a cleaner, or whatever, a person that has family, you owe the person for 18 months. In fact, I don't just imagine, you yourself that is owing somebody, are you not taking your own pay? We should be reasonable and be godly in everything we do, no matter what. No, but even God himself says, hold not the wage of your workers. It's a great thing on that aspect. So that man that is doing this, I think he should have a rethink. And that, in fact, it's enough for him to retire, just to resign and go out of that place because he doesn't want it.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you, please.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, so we'll take some messages at this point now. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM, and right now on Mainland Focus, we're looking at the different trending stories that are from our papers, and apparently a lot of people are, focusing on the constables that are protesting in Osun State, and also the statement from the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu's statement saying that he's going to hold on to his developmental plans and review them after the elections. Those are that's what most people are focusing on. But then some people also focused on Pengasan, threatening, strike or downing their tools, threatening to down their tools because due to the fact that security operatives who are supposed to, provide some sort of safety to the pipelines are also a part of the oil thievery that's ongoing in the oil sector. All right, so let's carry on. Let's see what we have in the message section. All right, we have here, good morning, Sandra. It's like politicians could not act or operate in this era without Wike. If not, why are they mentioning him here and there? they're making him feel important, whereas he's one among many. And that's Olawale from Iju. I also have here, good morning, Mainland crew. I want to talk about Tukur Mamu case. We all know our security organization is as good as nothing. While he was doing negotiations with the terrorists, they couldn't arrest him because he was in Egypt. No, he just went to Egypt, actually. So that's such a total failure from our security agencies. I know the government will soon pardon him. May God help us. Jacob Cool from Shomolu. Good morning once again, Fuad.
Yeah, good morning, Sandra.
Okay, thank you for joining me in the studio. All right, I also have Jamiu from Lagos. No payment for 18 months, and they are coming to work. Where are they seeing money to come to work? That's actually a valid question, Jamiu. Thank you. I also have here, good morning, Mainland crew. Professor Chidi Odikalu had an interview some days ago, and he said the government, looking at what is happening from 2015 till out and some to survive, sharing his own contribution there. On PDP crisis, okay, this is a long one, so I'll be his actions against the leadership of PDP. Wike is a lawyer, former federal minister of state for education, and a state governor for 8 years. It's not just a mean man, but a strong political champion and a figure. As far as I know, Wike is fighting fair play that's bedeviling our national politics. Before now, there was an agreement. The PDP's NWC should look into their complaints and respect all the issues before 2023 elections. But sincerely, if they ignore his protest against them, then that day of judgment, according to Wike, must surely come. I've said my own. And that's Igong Timothy in Ketu, Lagos. Thank you very much, Timothy. And one more. Sandra, I greet you. If we go to the fuel station, we always get fuel to buy, despite the huge crude oil theft. It means we have enough oil in this country. Or has there been scarcity of fuel due to the oil theft? Maybe you can help me.
Crude theft, huh?
It's okay. I love Governor Wike and support his drive all the way through. PDP was my party until they shot themselves in the foot, and now he's obedient. James Ogbona from Oshodi. Thank you very much for your contribution. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello? Hello?
How are you?
All right. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra and Fuad. This will be calling from Ikeja.
Yeah, good morning, Obi.
Good morning, Obi.
Yeah, on the issue of the small denial of what the official said,
Okay.
she might be denying that, but if you see, there's no smoke without fire, and everything said there has been speculated a long time. So we'll wait to see how it goes.
Okay.
And for the manifesto of Aswaju, I agree with Aswaju because I don't believe of manifesto. Manifesto, people copy manifestos. The only manifesto we want us to have is the age of candidates, their capacity, their health status. That's my own manifesto. Thank you very much.
Well, that's what he's more concerned about. Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Okay.
Omobola. Good morning, Said. We thank God for another day. You are in the studio right now. Yes, thank God for today. You see, the policemen, these are the people that are supposedly to protect us. They have not collected salary for 18 months. And you say they should not collect bribe with gun at gunpoint. They will collect now. This is the situation we have found ourselves. And I expect every well-meaning Nigerian to condemn that act. On the issue of Wike, I said it yesterday, I said it today, I will say it tomorrow. The PDP has no any moral justification to accede that presidency to the North. It is totally wrong. It is totally tyrannical because of their number of majority. And this is a man that does not even live in Nigeria. He lives in Dubai. And then when it's time for election, he has gone there to invest so much. On the APC, I don't know, I've said it before, I don't know how Tinubu can separate himself from this government.
Recently, a video was sent to my WhatsApp where he said, our 4 years will be 4 years. Education will not exist 4 years when you enter the university. He said it. And when they want to attribute all the good things in Lagos, they will say Tinubu. But when the government of APC fail, they will say he advised the man didn't follow. If you look at the cabinet of Mr. President, more than 50%, let me be very generous, they were Tinubu's men that are in his cabinet. And as we speak now, if you mention Shibajo to those Tinubu diehard supporters, they will tell you Osibajo has no action. They put all blame on Osibajo, but they will never blame Tinubu for one thing. So for me, and my last take is this, I am afraid for Labour Party because they don't have agents. When votes are being counted, who is going to help them to collate and make sure that those figures are sent to the central? That's where the Labour Party will have problem. And I want to advise them, let them sit up rather than going up and down to begin to look for how they can have party structures. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much,
Pastor Ambrose.
Pastor Ambrose. 09136000410 09136000410. That's the number for you to call, text, or WhatsApp. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. God bless you, Sandra. What? This is Henry from Surulere.
Henry.
From Surulere.
Okay.
Yes, Henry speaking.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, I just want to make my contribution quickly. You see, I see Tinubu as a very wise man who knows how to dance his own dance and lick his own mouth very well. You know, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's coming in this way. Because if he has good advisors, he will be advising on the right thing to do. And looking at it from the story of answers, I think the youth are waiting for him. I don't think he has to dance in this form. Because if he not dance so fine, if he said he's coming to give us his mandate or whatever, after the election. Okay? So I think it's not good for a white man to do that. And please, I would like you to send your WhatsApp to this number because I like using WhatsApp. I don't have your WhatsApp in my. Please, thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I don't think I got that last line.
The number is still the WhatsApp
It's
number.
still the same WhatsApp number, though.
Same number.
Just in case you're still with us, the number you called is the same number for WhatsApp, so
And
you
even
can
text messages.
you can send text message and WhatsApp via that same line. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's see. We can take squeeze in some more phone calls. Please turn off your radio set.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Chris calling from Alimoshi.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
good morning.
Yeah, what I want to say is that I thank God for all what is happening because the power of God is working. For APC, I thank God because they are confused, saying what they like. For PDP, just God is working. God is doing His own. So let us forget these idiots.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Mr. Chris from Iked,
From
Alimosho.
Let's
please,
make it clean.
let's keep it clean. That's totally unacceptable on radio or on air at all. Okay, so please and please, I would appreciate it if we can keep our language
clean,
our language clean. Yes. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Yes. Good morning, Don Peters.
Yes, Fuad, good morning.
Good morning, Don Peters.
Yes, we try to keep it clean, okay?
Okay.
Yes. Going forward, I think Comrade Akpan Silas have earned my respect. Honestly speaking, he earned my respect because we have been on this together and we know when we are telling him all things, he never believed. He was a very strong, supporter of Buhari, just like me, but I later decamped. So he have joined us at the camp.
All right. On the subject matter, I don't think Tinubu is isolating himself from the APC. Do you know why I say so? When he was charging the northern door-to-door campaign of APC, there is something he said that I listened very carefully with a keen interest. He said that we are the party of thinkers. We are the party of who mean well, and all that. There is a lot he said about their party. He was saying party. So, and the party he is referring to is APC. Now, when he said they are the party of strategies, I say Nigerians, you have seen how they are, their strategy in economy. When he said the party of thinkers, you have seen how they have think about Nigeria and how the insecurity is, and how our economy and our environment and everything. So I don't think he's isolating himself. So him now telling us that he's going to tell us about his manifesto when he has won the election, I think that would be a campaign after election. Obviously, he have nothing to tell us, okay? Because he have already made it very clear to us that they are party of thinkers, they are party of this, and they are party of that. And we have seen it in other ratification how they have parodied the affairs of Nigeria, that their party have failed woefully, and there is nothing to write home about their governance. So obviously, he have already told us his stand that their party have failed and they have failed woefully. So he's not isolating himself. So he will be going with the party as they are going in 2023 out of power. So thanks a lot.
Yes. Thank you very much, Don Peters. Hello, good morning.
Sandra.
Good morning, Ambassador Musba.
Good morning, Ambassador Musba.
How's my brother? Same here. Yeah. So let me talk about the issue of the couple. The police. I'm not sure they are constabulary.
Yes.
And,
yes.
And I don't know what is going on between the National Police Commission and IG. I think that they try to resolve this issue because it's affecting a lot of police officers. Honestly speaking, when the IG will be on or the Police Service Commission will be on the other side, I think the president should do something about this. We want to know, are the police IG is part of the police commission? They are under police commission. So please don't allow all this. Let them pay them. Let them pay their money. Most of this will be gone. What thing they will do with it? Please let them go and settle these people. Please, we are sympathize with them. On issue of Tinubu, what? If you are not for a part of Tinubu, please allow it to be. Let your own party. But wait. If you make any comment, you don't like that comment. You wait at the vote. You have one vote. Vote for the candidate of your choice. To me, what would you do now? Would you ask him? If I will ask you, why are you going to keep your manifesto? You get to explain to us. So I thought, you can become from any party to any party. Even Obama here from us now. He comes to Chelsea right now. So you do what? All that yourself. What are you going to do with your vote? Okay. You have one vote, I have one vote. I think that'll be better. Good morning.
All right. Thank you very much, Ambassador Musba. It's okay. Let's take some messages.
To react to that one, it's fine.
Oh, you did?
No, because basically he has to understand that it's not a party issue, it's a Nigerian issue. At Atiku, Kwankwanso, and everybody, Omoyele Sowore, every presidential candidate should tell us what they are for us before the elections. So it's not a party thing, it's a Nigerian thing.
Oh, well, speaking of Omoyele Sowore, we're looking forward to having him in the Situation Room tomorrow. All right, but then we have some messages here. Good morning, Sandra and the Mainland crew. This is Moses from Ikeja. On the issue of Pengasan regarding oil theft, see, Sandra, corruption has really ripped into the system, so to say. The oil theft they are talking about, can they really come out confidently and tell us they don't know the wolves in sheep's clothing behind all of these? We're all deceiving ourselves in this country. Nigeria will never cease to be like this until an overhauling of our leadership system is achieved. There are really much to talk about in this country. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Thank you, Moses from Ikeja. All right, I also have here, hi, Mainland FM. The words of Bat is beyond comprehension. I can't believe that an aspirant will unveil his developmental manifesto plans until after the election. That plan must be 2 in a million. And the plan is not of this earth. But during Buhari's time, he gave a manifesto, and it's online. It can be downloaded anytime. So why does it have to be Bats time that manifesto is released after election? Finally, the federal government is trying to justify the turbaning of terrorists as chief by giving security money, and that's Sean from Festac sharing his own contribution. Also have good morning, Sandra. Whoever may be responsible for holding on to the police salary unjustly has committed a criminal offense and should be called for justice. Bayo Oshiemi from Ikotu. I also have, this is Kevin the Jiggy Man from Ikeja. One thing that made people love Peter Obi is that he made his plans known. He kept granting interviews and making awareness of what he wants to do, so people relate with his idea and they are rooting for him. How can Tinubu tell us he will only reveal his plans for us after election? So we should just vote for him blindly and hope that he has good plans for us. Wike can be seen as taking it too far, but if you look critically, he's fighting for equality and fair play. So I won't fault him for still insisting on the right thing to be done. It is well with Nigeria. All right. Thank you very much. We have some messages also here. So, okay. Good morning. On oil theft, those who are drafted to guide our pipelines are the ones being owed for several months. We're always, no, they're not the ones though. It's police constables in Osun State that were recruited to support the police force. Those are the ones being owed. All right. Gerald Chinedu Igwebe from Ikotu. Thank you. Good morning, Mainland FM. The police salary saga may sound funny, but such is one of the reasons for the uncontrollable corruption that we see in the Nigeria police force. And that's Emmanuel from Mafuluku. We also have Nigerians should shine their eyes in these forthcoming elections. We can see Tinubu and APC rather than to continue on Buhari legacy of making Nigerians to be in sufferance. Timothy from Ojo. Yes. I also have Hello Mainland FM. Why Tukur Mamu was not arrested in Nigeria but in Egypt, or as security at the airport did not see him when he was leaving? Emmanuel John Ojonugwa from Isheri is asking that question. All right. And then I also have good morning. Enough is enough for fake talk of APC presidential candidate. We don't need you or your promises. Proverbs say what you don't have, you can't give. A man without a pocket can't put his hands in his pocket. Popo BA, thank you very much. Also have here, good morning, Mainland crew. Okay. And that is all I can take. I just got notification that we're out of time already. But thank you very much to everyone who was a part of the show this morning. Apparently, a lot of people are really concerned for the police constables. That was where a lot of people focused their attention on. Yes, and
18 months is huge.
It's unfortunate. And then you hear statements like, "Oh, you're embarrassing the Nigeria police force. You shouldn't have done this." But the constables said they met with the local government chairman. They met with the
non-payment of salaries for 18 months, Sandra, is a bigger embarrassment to the police than the protest.
Than the protest, But please do what is needed. Play these people.
18 months. That's 1 year and 6 months.
1 year and 6 months. They have responsibilities, and the fact that they even kept going to work should something that they should be commended for. Please pay them their salaries. Another thing that people focused on was Tinubu's statement that he will reveal his developmental plans after the election. Another thing that people focused on was Pengasan, the oil theft. Well, more details, of course, in your dailies. Just, you can always reach your papers for more details. Stay with us. By 9:45, we'll be back for international stories.
For a very long time, I was in a toxic relationship with my partner.